Hello everybody, and welcome to another update from the All Four Seasons staff. Today we are covering a very large amount of flooding and winter weather, so I'm going to make this as short as possible so everyone can get their updates. Up in Washington State and Oregon, we've got winter storm watches for 382 minutes. Now this is looking like a large amount of snow accumulation, up to 24 inches. Winds could gust as high as 60 miles an hour. This goes from Thursday morning into late Saturday night. Moving a little further south to the Oregon-Washington border, we've got winter storm watches that expire in 382 minutes and winter storm warnings that expire in 382 minutes as well. The coast of Washington State and Oregon, from Tillamook all the way up through Forks, Washington, has a coastal flood advisory for 82 minutes. Waves around 20 feet in the surf zone. Minor coastal flooding expected. Up to 2 feet above ground level is possible along the shorelines and low-lying coastal areas. So if you're on the coast, please watch your flood levels and keep yourself safe. Moving to southern Oregon, we've got winter storm warnings that expire in 141 minutes. Total snow accumulations of up to 12 inches with up to 24 inches possible over the highest terrain. Winds can gust up to as high as 55 miles an hour. So high winds and lots of snow, keep yourself safe and don't go out on the road unless you need to. Moving down to California, we've got winter storm warnings that expire in 51 minutes and winter weather advisories that expire in 261 minutes up on the north side by Eureka and Redding, and down towards San Francisco, we've got a coastal flood advisory for another 1,460 minutes. This coastal flood advisory goes from 9 a.m. to noon on Thursday. Flooding of lots, parks, and roads with only isolated road closures expected. So keep your eye on your roads, don't go through floodwaters. If you see flooding, turn around. Down by Fresno, California, we've got a freeze watch for another 395 minutes. This freeze watch will include sub-freezing temperatures as low as 28 degrees. This goes from late Thursday night through Saturday morning. So bring in any pets, any plants that are not good with the cold, bring them inside, keep them warm and safe, and keep yourself inside and warm and safe too. We've also got a high wind warning that expires in 380 minutes in South California. Wind gusts can get up to 50 miles an hour. Northwest winds could gust up to 60 to 70 miles an hour, so that is enough to knock your car around on the road. Just keep yourself safe and vigilant, please. We're going to move over to Idaho and Nevada. We'll start with Idaho. We've got a winter storm watch for the entirety of the northern Idaho region. This expires in 1,189 minutes. This winter storm watch could accumulate between 8 and 23 inches possible, and wind gusts could gust as high as 45 miles per hour. Southeastern Idaho by Idaho Falls and Pocatello, you guys have a winter storm warning as well as a winter weather advisory. That advisory expires in 259 minutes. Down in Nevada, we've got a blizzard warning for 363 minutes. This blizzard warning goes until 10 p.m. on Wednesday. 21 inches could accumulate with winds gusting as high as 70 miles an hour, so a very dangerous situation to be outside in. Do not go on the road unless you absolutely have to, and please make sure all pets have been brought in. On the northern end of Nevada, we've got winter weather advisories for 618 more minutes, as well as a winter storm warning for 363 minutes. This winter storm warning is showing signs of accumulations from 3 to 10 inches, with the highest snow amounts expected in the southern Lander County area. Winds can gust as high as 60 miles per hour, so again, bring your stuff in, bring your pets in, and don't go on the road unless you need to. Montana has a wind chill advisory for 647 minutes. This wind chill advisory is calling for lows as far as 40 below zero, so these temperatures are easy to get frostbite in. Going outside with exposed skin for more than 15 minutes is ill-advised. We've also got a winter storm watch for 647 minutes, as well as a winter weather advisory for 782 minutes, all on the western side of Montana into the mid area of Montana. Wyoming, you guys have a winter storm warning for another 257 minutes, and a winter weather advisory for another 257 minutes. Both of these areas go from the western side of Wyoming all the way down through the southern portion of Wyoming. So if you're in these areas, please make sure you keep your eye on your weather and prepare for when you go outside properly. Utah, you guys have winter storm warnings as well as winter weather advisories. This winter weather advisory expires in 436 minutes. This winter weather advisory includes winds gusting as high as 35 miles an hour and snow accumulations of up to 5 inches. The winter storm warning expires in 436 minutes. Snow accumulations of 6 to 12 inches, with locally up to 15 inches in the upper Cottonwood Canyons and Sessions Mountains. Winds will gust as high as 60 to 70 miles an hour on high exposure ridges above 10,000 feet in elevation. Moving down to Arizona, we have, for a majority of the northeastern and eastern side of the state, a winter weather advisory. This one expires in 256 minutes. Total snow accumulations of 1 to 3 inches below 6,000 feet and 3 to 6 inches above 6,000 feet. We'll get 6 to 12 inches above 7,500 feet. Southwest winds 15 to 25 miles per hour, with gusts up to 45 miles an hour. Localized gusts can get as high as 60 miles per hour, so there could be tree limbs down or power outages locally. Keep yourself advised on your weather and your situation for your local area. On the southern part of the state by Tucson, we've got a hard freeze watch for 915 minutes. Temperatures are going to drop as low as 26 degrees. So everything outside could get, a thin layer of ice on it. It'll be very slick. Morning commute will be very difficult and dangerous. Please keep yourself safe. New Mexico, you guys on the southwestern side have a winter weather advisory for 194 minutes. Snow accumulations of up to 5 inches and winds gusting as high as 60 miles per hour. Up in Colorado, just east of Aspen by Leadville, you guys have a winter weather advisory for 269 minutes, and in the southeastern corner of the state, you guys have another winter weather advisory, and that one expires in 269 minutes. Going up to Wyoming, we have a high wind warning in the southeastern corner for 254 minutes. Wind gusts could go up to 60 miles per hour. Tree limbs could be knocked down and localized power outages could be expected. Up in North Dakota, a majority of the state is under a wind chill advisory for another 178 minutes. Very cold wind chills as low as 35 below zero are expected. This is very dangerous temperatures. Do not go outside unless you absolutely have to. In the center of the country, in South Dakota and Nebraska and Kansas, we have winter weather going. On the northern end of this winter weather, we have a winter weather advisory that expires on 988 minutes. We have a wind chill advisory just to the east of that by Norfolk, and that goes for 283 minutes with temperatures as low as 25 below zero. Just south of that, over by Beatrice and Lincoln, Nebraska, in Kearney, we have a winter storm watch for 148 minutes. Wind chills as low as 15 to 25 degrees below zero are expected. Total snow accumulations mainly between 3 and 7 inches possible. In Kansas, just west of Hays, we have another wind chill advisory for 192 minutes. Temperatures as low as 15 to 20 below zero. Very, very cold enough to give you frostbite with exposed skin. South of that, by Dodge City, we have a wind chill watch for another 852 minutes. This wind chill watch will include temperatures as low as 25 below zero. We're going to move east, and we're going to catch up on some of this windstorm and winter weather and flooding going on the northeastern side of our country. Over by Cleveland, Ohio, we've got a wind advisory, and that expires in 72 minutes. Down south of Buffalo, we have a winter weather advisory for another 326 minutes, wind gusting as high as 50 miles per hour and snow accumulations of up to 4 to 8 inches. In Albany, we have a wind advisory for another 131 minutes, winds gusting up to 40 to 50 miles per hour. Going down to Philadelphia, New York, and Bridgeport, we have an array of flood warnings. I will touch base on one of these. This one is just up north of New York. This one expires in 431 minutes. Minor flooding is occurring and moderate flooding is forecasted. This will be by the Ramapo River at Pompton Lakes. This goes until tomorrow afternoon. If we move south a little bit to Philadelphia, we've got a coastal flood warning for another 71 minutes. This will call for 1 to 2 feet of inundation above ground level in low-lying areas near shorelines and tidal waterways. Moving down to Baltimore and Washington, we've got a coastal flood advisory for 85 minutes and a coastal flood warning for 85 minutes. This warning includes up to 1 foot of inundation above ground level in low-lying areas due to tidal flooding. Moving down to Richmond and Farmville in Virginia, we have a flood warning for 790 minutes. This goes until further notice. There is no ending time yet, and minor flooding is occurring and minor flooding is forecasted. Moving south to Columbia, we've got a flood warning. Minor flooding is occurring and moderate flooding is forecasted. This goes until Monday evening. You're going to want to watch your area for localized flooding. Watch the roads that you take. Any back roads might have some localized flooding, so watch your flood maps. Keep yourself safe on your routes. Now, if we look at Georgia, we've also got some flooding in patches in different areas. I'll look at the flood warning over south of Atlanta, Georgia. This goes for another 489 minutes. Minor flooding is occurring and minor flooding is forecasted. This is by the Flint River and near Lovejoy. This goes until late tonight. We're going to move south to Florida and look over just northwest of Perry. We've got a flood warning for 834 minutes. Minor flooding is occurring near the Econfina River near Perry until further notice. So there's no end time for this flood warning as well. So just keep your eyes on your news stations and keep yourself updated with your localized flood maps, and everything should be just fine. One last area to touch base in, we've got Alabama. We've got a little bit of flooding just east of Huntsville. It expires in 443 minutes. Minor flooding is forecasted at the Paint Rock River near Woodville. This goes until late Thursday evening. Keep yourself safe and watch your localized flood maps. This has been a full weather update from the staff at All Four Seasons. We hope you have a safe and wonderful day. Touch base next time for our next update.